Hi everyone, how are you? I hope all is fine with you. Here I am once again, your teacher Abdul Latif Bouhalim. Hello my dear students at Khawarizmi High School, the Directorate of Marrakesh, the Regional Academy of Marrakesh, Safi. All my, dear students of the second year baccalaureate across Morocco, let me welcome you to another lesson from your English program for the second year. And of course, the book that we are talking about is Ticket to English. And you don't have to worry about, the textbook, because they almost have the same competencies and the same goals and the same objectives, and almost the same lessons. So as you can see today, we're going to move on to another unit, which is unit number 7, International Organizations, Linking Words. We're going to talk today about linking words. So what do we mean by linking words? So when we actually understand the word linking, we will surely and absolutely understand the meaning of this title and all the lesson if you want. So when we say to link something, to link, we usually link two parts. We link two things which are separated. It simply means to join. To join two things. Here we're going to talk about sentences. We're going to learn how to join and how to link sentences. We can also actually say to connect. To connect two different parts. To connect your charger, for example, to your phone. To connect your charger or the socket to the plug, to plug it in. This is what we mean by to connect. So here we have linking words. To link means to join or to connect. So we're going to talk about these linkers, or if you want, we can also them coordinators, or transitional devices. So they are called linking words because they link and join. They are called coordinators because they coordinate two sentences. They are called transitional devices because they ensure, they guarantee transition from one sentence to another, from one paragraph to another paragraph. So there is one condition. If we want to link two sentences, if we want to connect two sentences, we should always consider the logical relationship. What do we mean by the logical relationship? The logical relationship between sentence number 1 and sentence number 2. Or the logical relationship between clause number 1 and clause number 2. Here we're going to actually find some logical relationships that may actually be the reason to connect or to relate or to join or to link two sentences. For example, we have addition, l'addition, al-idafa. We have one sentence and we want to add this sentence to another. We have time, الوقت. We have some linking words which are used to ensure time between two sentences. That one sentence comes after or before another. We have cause and reason. Here, we try to answer the question, why did something happen? So the linking, if you want, is guaranteed in this logical relationship with certain coordinators. Cause coordinators, for example, or reason coordinators. Consequence. Consequence is the result, نتيجة, la conséquence. Conclusion or summarizing. Conclusion, la conclusion. خاتمة. when you want to conclude a sentence, or conclude a paragraph, or conclude, maybe you want to introduce your conclusion. Summarize, it means to put a long text in brief or in short, to make a long text short and brief. Contrast. Contrast here means opposition. Two sentences contrast when they say two different things, which are usually opposed and contrary. One of them is contrary to the other. يعني تقابل أو لا تضاد. Le contraire. Example. مثال. When you want to give an example, we have some precise words, some precise linkers, some precise transitional devices that we use to give examples. Purpose. The purpose means the goal, the objective, الهدف. Okay? L'objectif. Or, if you want, the goal. So, purpose means goal. So we have seen all these logical relationships, and now I'm going to give you, let's say, a group of words that you can use to link two sentences that ensure addition. And I will give you some linkers that you use in order to connect two sentences that ensure the logical relationship of time, and then of cause, and then of consequence, and then of conclusion, then of contrast, then of example, and then of purpose. Okay? So I'll try to write them down as quick as possible. So, as you can see here, my dear students, I promised to give you, if you want, a list of all the linking words that would ensure these logical relationships between sentences. Please, do not be worried much about these things, and do not be fearful about them, because they are very simple and very easy. So please, as you can see here, we have and. And is the most common word that we use to link two sentences. We can say, for example, I like milk and chocolate. It means I like milk and I like chocolate. So we are adding one sentence to another. So we have addition. So if you want to actually use some other words which are somehow more academic, we can use in addition to, furthermore, furthermore, moreover, moreover, not only, but. For example, this one is quite difficult. Not only do I like milk, but also chocolate. Or not only do I like, for example, milk, but chocolate as well. Pay attention to the second part. But chocolate as well. As well is very important. Or you can actually use it in the other version. But I also like chocolate. Not only do I like milk, but I also like chocolate. So not only, but. Besides. Additionally. Please, I want to draw your attention to the punctuation here. It's very important. So if you have one of these conjunctions or one of these coordinators, you always need to use, not always, but in the majority of contexts, we need to use a full stop and a comma. Especially when we have long sentences, like in a text or a paragraph, you need to pay attention to punctuation, please. This is it. So this is number one, addition. Now let's go to time. We would actually like at certain times to talk about time, especially when we are talking about different events and actions that are taking place in our writing, when we are writing, for example, a paragraph or a text. We have when, while, as soon as, after, before. So this is number 2. Logical relationship number 2. Let's go to number 3, cause and reason. So we have these ones here. Because, due to, when we have, for example, something negative. Due to, we can say, for example, that villagers, people who live in a village, cannot go to the city due to the heavy rain or due to the heavy snow blocking the roads, blocking the pathways. So here we have due to when it's positive, and we have thanks to. Thanks to, it has the same function, but here when we have positive situations. For example, we can say that Maria has got a good mark in mathematics thanks to her hard work. Thanks to, it's positive. Because of, we have, for example, a negative also situation. We can also add owing to. We have owing to. We have one reason of is. We have one reason of is and owing to. So all these expressions normally try to ensure this logical relationship with cause and reason. Now, number 4, we have consequence. I told you that consequence is the result. Okay? Consequently, as a consequence, as a result, therefore, hence, thus, so. Don't ask me about hence and thus. What do they stand for? What do they mean? They simply express consequence. They are just like the other ones here. Like so, like thus, like hence, therefore, and so on and so forth. Let's go down to number 5. Logical relationship, conclusion and summarizing. So as you can see here, the first one is in brief. As I told you, you may want to put a long text, for example, into a small one. It means that you try to give the most important, if you want, things or the most important ideas in the text. And you try to give us a general idea or a general view of what the text is all about. So we use in brief, we have in short, we have to sum up. To sum up, look at this word here, summarizing, to summarize. Okay? Talgees, résumé. To sum up. We have finally, conclusion, in the end. In a nutshell. So in a nutshell is the same, is the equivalent, the synonym of in short and in brief. They are likewise, they are the same. Now we have contrast. So, however, when we have contrast, however, nevertheless, although, despite, in spite of, but, on the contrary, in contrast. So here we try to express opposition. Number 7. To give an example, you can use for example. For instance. Instance is example. Such as follows. Number 8 and the last. So we have 2, 4 plus ing, so as to, in order to, So that plus modal verb. So that I can do something. So that I would do something. So, my dear students, I hope that you actually enjoyed this lesson here, and I hope that you've actually had enough coordinators and linking words you can use to connect sentences in your paragraphs and in your texts. Please try to use them carefully and try to use them, if you want, as we say, with some caution and some attention. Do not please confuse, the logical relationships, and do not confuse the linking words, okay? Please try to copy down this table here in your lessons copybook. I'm sorry, in this one here. So you can just write down all the words here. I hope that the table is clear. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as it is displayed on the screen, or visit my Facebook page, which is entitled English for All, for more videos about your English program for second year baccalaureate. Thank you so much, and see you in another video. Goodbye.